Hey folks. Well, I had set aside the Tamiya P-38 Lightning for a while. I was waiting for paint and perhaps something to inspire me and get me back on track. Most of the paint has arrived and I started working again on this kit yesterday afternoon. I wanted to see how far I could get in terms of getting pretty much the cockpit area and all of the internals completed so I could start work on priming and painting the fuselage. So, steps 44, the radio equipment, 45, the seat, the armor plating, 46, installing that along with the map case. And it was all super fiddly. Not my term for something that gave me a problem. It's just my eyesight. All little pieces, but the fit was really good, and got it all in there. And the next steps were going to be getting the canopy, the plexiglass canopy, and a piece of the cowling that extends over the instrument panel. All of that in place so that I could do the masking and then start on the painting, the big heavy duty exterior painting. Well, of course, I had painted up the pilot a long time ago, and now it was a case of checking what needed to be done in terms of which canopy option for A or B, and then open or closed. I decided not to put on the rear-facing mirror until the end, until after I've done the masking and painting. That's just something that'll get maybe a little bit in the way of the masking cutouts, so I'll put that on later. And but I did turn my attention to constructing this exquisite gun sight. There were two options, A and B. I chose B by default because I succeeded in the course of 35-40 minutes after painting A, which was the gun sight I should use, that piece there, piece 8, H8. I lost it twice, and the second time was the final time, so I went to B. It'll work. The reflector piece is the same, and who's going to notice? And then what I had to do was then paint the extension in the inside, which is sort of an overhang of the cowling, interior cowling that fits in underneath the reflector gun sight and extends over the instrument panel. So let's take a look at those pieces now. Here's the reflector gun sight, which two separate pieces, H8 and H6, which get hand painted and then very carefully inserted and attached to the underside of the front piece of the canopy, of the plexiglass canopy. Just a glorious fit. I'm really glad. Yes, everything lined up, and the tiny little tabs fit in the exquisitely tiny holes. I don't even think the attachments will be noticeable at all once the frame on the outside of the canopy is painted. So that's the one piece that needed attention in the canopy before attaching it to the sides, the center section, the back section, then putting on the masks. And now let's take a look at that cowling cover. Here's that interior cowling cover, which gets attached, the front of it there on the underside of the first piece of the plexiglass canopy, and will extend then. This will extend over the instrument panel on the inside. So the next step will be to fit that. First decal that I've put on. There it is that goes on the top, hand painted all of this, such as it is. Okay, getting the gun sight and that cowling piece to fit properly over the instrument panel inside the cockpit with the canopy flush gets the honorary wingnut wings construction. You can't be off by 1/100 of a millimeter or it just won't fit. Now I got to admit, that's the first time I experienced that on this kit. It'll look a little better when I get it all cleaned up. Wow. I'm done for the day. This last bit, which I thought would take 45 seconds, took about 45 minutes. We'll start masking the canopy tomorrow. But so far, okay, so good.